Hello, my friends. This is Legendarma TV. It's great to see you. I missed you all. Today, we are finally going to talk about the new raid battle that has arrived a few weeks ago, which is Ragnahim, in the battle called Spearhead of Paradise Lost. Now, before we go and talk about this video, a little information for all of you. First of all, by the end of September, I got very sick. I caught a nasty cold. I'm currently recovering, but I should be 100% pretty soon. So stay tuned for more videos. More videos will be coming, so don't worry. And one more thing, very important information. I'm gonna talk about it in the conclusion tab at the end of the video, so make sure to check it out. There's some really good stuff, really good news for all of you. Please enjoy. So, Ragnahim. This guy has been terrorizing players for almost 2 weeks now, and the boss is pretty nasty and pretty confusing because it's a puppet. So, today we're going to talk about how to deal with him. We're going to break down his patterns, see what he does. We're going to talk about the requirements. I will show you the gameplay as usual. So, let's see what this guy is all about. Let's go. And starting as usual with the requirements. So Ragnahim's attack cap is 40,200. The attack cap keeps on raising, obviously, so we have to keep up with it. His critical chance is 203, so we will need 203 critical resistance to make sure that we have the minimum crits on us. As for the critical cap, we will need 207 critical, which is a huge amount, and at this point, Astera can barely keep up with the crit cap. So this is probably going to be the last boss Astera weapon will be able to deal with to be able to crit cap it. After that, probably, if you're not min-maxed, you would have to switch to Militian. As for the counterforce, it raised versus Nile by 5, so now to counterforce cap Ragnahim, we will need 165 counterforce to deal 100% damage to this boss. Now, if we go to the quick battle and see the quick battle requirements, this is a little bit different. The amount of power that we will need is 56,200, which is huge. The technique is 262, and if you remember, power is attack plus defense, how much you have, and technique is balance plus critical. The additional damage is at 0 as always, and the minimum amount of counterforce that you can join Ragnahim in the bouts of quick battle is 142. But keep in mind that in order to do 100% damage to Ragnahim, you will have to have 165 counterforce. That's it for the stats. It's time to roll to the gameplay and see how to deal with this dreadful puppet. Alright, let's face Ragnahim now. Let's see what he does. Now, Ragnahim is a golem, a puppet, so all of his moves are quite confusing. He might be swinging to the left, but, attack to the right, so you can never know what's happening. So you have to keep up with his movements, but the more you do him, the more you will get used to all the wind-ups, all the startups, and you will know what's going on. Now, let's look at some of the patterns that he does. This obviously is just a dash, a random dash that he does. These are 2 attacks, so watch out for it. They do damage you. This combo over here might be very deadly. 4 attacks in a row. And as you can see, he's... the model of Ragnahim is quite huge, right? But all the movements that he does are so random, so chaotic, and I'm in a solo battle, right? And when you have like a full party full of people, it's even harder. So you have to make sure, you have to watch closely to all of his startups, wind-ups. Now, this particular pattern is one of the attacks that he's gonna do very, very often. He swings his, I don't know, a spear or whatever that is, a lot, and the hitbox on this particular pattern is pretty confusing and it's very wonky as well. So you might dodge and or block the attack, but it actually, like, you think it goes through you, but it doesn't. And sometimes you're dodging and you get hit mid dodge, which is really like super weird. So watch out for this pattern. He uses it a lot. And Ragnahim does a lot of damage, especially if you have Dullahan armor, because the amount of critical resistance that you're gonna have is gonna be so low. You're gonna have like max. He's gonna have max crit on you, so watch out for it. Like every attack that Ragnahim is gonna do is gonna be super deadly. Here is just a pattern where he does a single slam. Make sure that you're dodging or blocking at the end when he does the slam itself. The area is quite wide, so watch out. This pattern, as we talked at the start, is just a lot of hits, so watch out. And this, the swinging is something, as I said, he's gonna do so many freaking times. It's almost like it becomes so annoying at the end. Watch out for a last hit that he does. It's super tricky. Like, he does this kick and then this swing, which, you probably, after the hit, you probably, get chill, like, okay, he finished the pattern, I'm gonna, like, attack him. And he does this sneaky peeky swing, so watch out for the swing. He, honestly, just like every other raid battle, Ragnahim doesn't have a lot of patterns. Most of them, as you see, they do continue. He continuously uses them, the same freaking patterns. So just start memorizing what's going on. Once Ragnahim drops to 8 bars, he's gonna do this wind up and then a slam. You have to dodge the slam, or you're gonna get hit. And at this point, he receives iframes. You can't attack him. Well, I mean, you can try, but he's not gonna receive any damage whatsoever. He goes to the middle, charges up. He's gonna be invincible throughout the whole thing, and he summons the cables. Now, what do you have to do here? You have to make sure that you destroy as many cables as you can. The minimal amount of cables alive will be 2, so you can destroy all the cables, but 2 of them will always remain. All the cables that you were not able to destroy, once this little phase ends, are going to start having a static field around them. These are unblockables, so if you happen to walk into it, you're going to receive a very nasty damage. So the more cables you leave alive, the less space and more obstacles you're going to have on the battlefield, which is going to, make your life way harder. This particular pattern, for some particular reason, he didn't spawn this shockwaves underneath me, but I will show you a little bit later. Just the 2 shockwaves that happen. This over here, again, just a very long wind up, and then he does a slam. This pattern over here, let's watch it in slow motion real quick. As you can see, I'm receiving enormous amounts of damage. He damages like crazy. He jumps and does a slam, and after a slow preparation, he does another slam, which has a very wide AoE, so make sure you're dodging or blocking both of them. As I said, the damage is very nasty. This over here, let's watch this in slow-mo again. Whenever Ragnahim flashes orange, and you will see, it's really hard to get used to in your first battles, but the more you do him, the more you're gonna be, the more vigilant you're gonna be. Whenever Ragnahim flashes orange right over here, there is a very fast wind up, and then he tries to grapple a random person, a random player. If he successfully does that, so if the person doesn't block or dodge this attack, he's gonna grapple them and he's gonna KO them instantly, and you're dead. That's it. The tricky thing about this particular KO is the fact that Ragnahim, whenever he does this KO, this grapple, he has pretty much 100% tracking, so he chooses a target and then tracks it and then does the grapple. So if you think that you're behind him and he does it, you're not safe. He might do a complete 180, a complete turn, and just do the grapple wherever he wants. So watch out for it. Make sure that you don't get KO'd. This is one of the things that people die the most because it's very, very fast. It happens very fast. I'm not gonna lie, throughout this guide, I'm gonna die at least 3 times because I wanted to capture pretty much all the patterns that he does, but as I said, he doesn't have a lot. So most of the stuff that he does, he jumps, does the slams, or does this swinging attack, this one particular annoying swinging attack that has a lot of hits in the string. So at some point you might think, Jesus, like, can you stop attacking for a second? Honestly, this feels like freaking Bridget, or I don't know, where she just infinitely attacks you all the time. And the grapple again, you see, you literally have like 1 second to react to, and then he does the grapple. So make sure he doesn't. You don't end up like Johnny Cage versus a Scorpion, and he just like, get over here, and you die, right? This particular thing, a very quick start up, and he spawns 2 shockwaves underneath you. 3 freaking thousand damage. That's just he just tries to disintegrate me. After a short delay, he does 2 of them back to back. So watch out. Make sure you're blocking and dodging. The slams that we've seen already. You're gonna see the swings again. He does a lot of things over here. And as you see, he's very chaotic. He's very confusing. Like, you can't tell in which direction he heads. Like, so reacting to all these attacks is going to be quite complex. Once Ragnahim drops to 4 bars, he enters the last phase. All the cables that were alive during the phase from 8 to 4 bars, they're going to be destroyed. So you don't need to worry about it anymore. What happens here? Ragnahim gains an aura, this green area. You might not want to leave that area. The area is centered around him, so whenever he moves, the area moves. So you have to keep up with his movements, and if you have ranged characters, it's going to be a little bit harder, since he's going to aggro on them way more often. As you can see, if you leave the inner circle, you're going to start receiving nasty, significant damage from the electricity that is on the rest of the map. So try not to leave this inner circle. And this is pretty much what this last phase is all about. Just stay in the circle, keep on fighting Ragnahim, and, well, try not to die. The swings, again, very, very tricky. This whirlwind that he does, it does a lot of damage, and it's a multi-hit right over here. So if you have a block, just hold your block to block all the attacks that he does. If you don't, well, try to dash as much as possible so you don't get multi-hitted. This might be a very, very nasty, especially if the connection is not like 4 or 5 bars. It might be really hard, and you're gonna probably get incapacitated. And you're gonna get incapacitated in Ragnahim a lot, trust me. And one of the last things to talk about in Ragnahim is this particular pattern. The wind up, as you can see, wind up is like half a second. He does this charge, he charges towards a target. And if you didn't block or dodge, he's gonna grab you. Now, don't worry, it's you ain't gonna die from that, but you're gonna do something that is gonna punish you for the rest of the raid. Whenever Ragnahim grabs you, he squeezes you, steals your energy, and it doesn't affect you much. You only receive a bleeding out debuff that ticks for 100 to 200 damage per second for 10 seconds. But Ragnahim's attack power increases, so he starts damaging even more. And it does stack. So the more times Ragnahim grabs party members, the more attack he gains. So if you allow Ragnahim to grab people at least like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 times, he's gonna just literally start one-shotting people. As you can see, I used to receive like what, 3,000 damage from the hit. Now I'm receiving 4k. So, and you know, then he can crit for 8k. So Ragnahim becomes a force to be reckoned with. He becomes so nasty, so powerful. Watch out for the grab. Try not to get grabbed, because the more he grabs people, the more damage he'll start doing, and he gains it permanently until the end of the battle. And he can do it right at the start, from like for bar 10 until bar 1. So this pattern is always present, so be vigilant. And continue fighting Ragnahim. I'm supposed to die here again, I think, before I finish him off. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not a lot of patterns, but Ragnahim is very, very nasty, very chaotic, very confusing boss to deal with. But keep on damaging him until you defeat Ragnahim. And very epic bounce right over here. I feel like I'm in a circus. But then again, I am in a circus pretty much if you look at the environment. Keep killing him, and let's roll to the rewards. Once you defeat Ragnahim, one of the things that he drops, obviously, just like Caesar and Nile, Ragnahim can drop militia pieces of armor essences, a weapon essence, succession shards, keen, lightweight, perfect, and all that. He can drop a militia essence as well. And Ragnahim drops an exclusive item that is called Ragnahim Essence. Ragnahim Essence is an ingredient, a crafting material for a new belt called Spirited Belt. It's an upgrade to the Seal Belt or whatever belt that we had from Maka that possesses more balance and actually possesses more critical if you use a new scroll that has been introduced, which is called Vehement Enchant Scroll. Now, the trick is, Vehement Enchant Scroll drops from Nile, so if you happen to get a Ragnahim Essence and make yourself a belt, in order to slap a new enchant scroll, which is an upgraded subdued, you will have to visit Nile and try to drop a Vehement Enchant Scroll. And that's pretty much it about the update. Only 2 drops, only 1 for Ragnahim, and 1 for Nile. So keep on doing them. The good thing about Ragnahim is the fact that you don't need to do a pre-dungeon, so the battle is going to start right away, just like Season 3 battles. However, he possesses a huge threat, especially for people who are under-geared, who are using Dullahan paper armor like I am. But I hope and I wish you good luck with fighting this guy, and ultimately, you will defeat him, and you're gonna learn him, and at the end, he won't possess that much of a threat. He ain't gonna be too scary for all of you. And that's it for today, covering Ragnahim, this very, very confusing and powerful puppet, in a battle called Spearhead of Paradise Lost. This was Legendarma TV. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, important information that I wanted to talk about. First of all, if you're probably all familiar with another content creator for Vindictus, which is a good friend of mine, Tilly4 or Tilia. He will be hosting a Tilly's Talk Show on Tuesday around 9 p.m. Central Europe time, and I happen to have to be his special guest, where we're going to be talking about raids and endgame content. So if you're eager to hear me and talk to me, please check out his Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv Tilly4. And I'll see you on Tuesday. We're going to be live, so we're going to discuss some really good stuff there, so tune in. As for myself streaming, I will be coming back very shortly. All the stuff that's happened in the September, all this vortex of crazy stuff is finally settling down. So I'll be ready. I'll be coming back doing my streams on my Twitch, so make sure to follow it. and I'll see you there. More videos coming for YouTube. I'm still here. I'm patiently waiting for the YouTube support event to end to see who's gonna win. Thank you so much, all of you, for your support, for your love, for liking these videos, for subscribing to YouTube channel, joining my Discord, having chats, asking your questions. It's really amazing. You guys are the best people in the world. Thanks so much for watching again. I see you in the next episode, which is not going to be soon, but the next raid battle that we are going to have, we'll be fighting a very sexy, yet very deadly assassin called Seath. So stay tuned for all of that. We'll have to wait for it a little bit, but it will arrive and we will break her down. See you next time. Stay safe. I love you all. Bye.